So this is it. This is 2 years of preparation. The question is, have I got everything? Am I prepared? Ready for a week in the Lake District doing the coast to coast long distance trail camping. What an adventure this is going to be. Can't believe I've made it. I don't know how many days I'm going to do, but I'm just going to see how far I can keep on going. Yes, Day Tripper. Huh? Day Tripper. You can check it out if you like. I got my 2 stones. I'm going to take these from this coast here, the Irish Sea, over to the North Sea on the other side. The adventure begins. All good so far. I'm not at the lighthouse yet, not far to go. This section reminds me of the southwest coast path, which I did almost a couple of years ago now. A section brings back many happy memories, but also quite arduous memories because I wasn't as prepared. Let's hope I'm much better prepared now for what's ahead. Hit the lighthouse. And you can do 2 things here. You can continue straight on around the cliff or cut the corner a little bit at the lighthouse. Everybody's videos that I've seen, they all cut the corner. I'm going to show you what it's like straight on because I've not seen anybody film that before. I'm going to follow the original coast to coast path. It's well worth it. I mean, these views, I think I can see Scotland over there. So this is the quarry now, so this is where I start to turn west. So I'm hoping to get to Dent tonight, which is one of the first sort of small hills, 300 meters, something like that, 12 miles, something like that. I'd like to find somewhere to camp around there. So leaving the beautiful view of the sea, I won't see it again until Robin Hood's Bay. So arrived at Sandwith. So my first real glimpse of where I'm heading into the Lake District. Look at that. I can't wait to get there. Look at this. Red Eye Biltong. I need to get some energy. So just in case I'm all in my wet weathers, I don't think it's required, but a few drops of rain, just a drill practice really. Now the sun has gone behind the clouds, it's suddenly gone quite chilly, so I'm quite grateful for the extra layers, even though the rain hasn't arrived, thankfully. That time again, spring, new lambs. And then I'm going to go up there to the top of that big hill. That's my destination. I've got to go through that woodland. It's probably a lot further than it looks. So hopefully I can do that before dark. And I'm going to try and camp up there somewhere. See, this is where all the stealth camping practice counts. Because here I am heading into this forest. It's sort of that time of night where it's going to be dark in less than an hour. And I need to find a place to camp. But I'm totally calm. There's no panic. Not like the first time I did this. As the sun starts to set, you can see the Irish Sea You can see all the land I've walked so far. The beginning stage of this coast to coast. Scotland, and I think I can see the Isle of Man. Can you see the Isle of Man over there? That's the Isle of Man. Wow, it's fantastic. It's like, reminds me of being back in Tenerife and looking at La Palma, La Gomera. Spectacular evening. It's not for the faint-hearted, this one. And this is just the start. The first real hill. On the left-hand side, that's Sellafield nuclear power plant. Where the sun is, that's pretty much where I came from. So there's some bees is where you can see that tower. So walked around there to where right the way around, and then across all that land, all that farmland, up this hill. Day one. But look at that, it's going to get even more dramatic, I think, tonight. Scotland and the Isle of Man. Wow, this is just makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it? All the effort, all the hours planning, and moments like this, and to be able to share them, it's amazing. Nobody here but me. I'm the only person in the whole world enjoying this particular view right now. Not too far. Absolutely amazing, so happy. It's better than I expected. Look at it, all the way around. All the way around. I can see snow on the peaks in the Lake District, and then look at this, the sunset, the Lake District behind me with the peaks. Absolutely incredible. Now I've got to find a place to camp. What a perfect night. I mean, I've got the tent up, I couldn't believe it. There's a lovely spot here that's flat and soft, and I'm right on the summit of Dent. It's like mossy, and I've got the most perfect sunset you can imagine. It's like, look at that, look at those colours. It's absolutely fantastic. I couldn't have hoped for more, prayed for more. What a perfect camp. The best camp I've ever had on my first day of the coast to coast. Can just about film this. It's absolutely amazing. The lights are coming on. You can just about see the tent. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to film much more now. I'm just going to have my food and go to bed. And at this perfect camping location. Who knows what tomorrow will hold. Well, it's that time. It's a bright new day. It's 5 o'clock. I've had a good night. I slept through in bits. Very quiet. All I can hear is the odd sheep. Getting my things together on day 2 of the coast to coast adventure. The last of my water, believe it or not. So I'm going to have to find a lake pretty soon to filter some more water, because I'm out. The first bird noise. It's a nice camping noise. First things first, nice cup of coffee. Thank you, Jesus. We worship you. You are worthy. You are worthy. Well, good morning. It's a bit like setting up a new routine. It's a new living space for 9 days. Well, first day gone, 8 days to go. But you have to find a place for everything and remember where it is. It's a bit like in your house trying to find things. So you have to remember where you put everything in your bag, where you put it out in the tent, and I suppose over a number of days you get a system going that works. But these moments are so precious. It's so, I mean, I'm here now, but I've got another 8 days. Just want to savor it, make the most of it while I'm here. What a place, you know, to camp like this, in the middle of nowhere, nobody else, all to myself, with the views of the ocean. Talking about coast to coast. Well, this is the west coast, and I'm going to the east coast. So that's the ground I've covered, probably about 12 miles. And then going all the way around to the lakes where I'm going now, where I'm hoping to do at least 15 miles today. Ennerdale Water beyond, and so that's going to be beautiful. Beautiful lake, actually the first lake of the Lake District. All packed away, ready to start day 2. No mess, no trace, leave no litter and leave no mess. You can't even tell I've been at all. No sign whatsoever. So it's a bit lighter now, and off I go. Day 2, Ennerdale Water. And who knows how far I'll get, but Ennerdale Water at least, into the clouds. Sunrise above the clouds. As I go down into the valley and then up to Ennerdale Water. So my strategy for this hike, this long distance hike, is, they said I had a total of 9 days. I've got 8 days to go. Fantastic first day, travelling most of it to get here. And I really wanted to have a first day. Didn't want to kill myself, you know, so I walked about 12 miles. And just really getting used to just walking every day. So actually today I feel great, you know, my legs don't feel like I've been carrying a lot of weight. I mean, amazingly, they just feel normal so far. But my strategy really is just to take it just one day at a time. So I just want to keep on going, so I don't want to push myself too hard, get lots of blisters, aches and pains, and then have to end the trail and go home, because I've got the whole length of time, the 9 days, to try and get as far as I can get. So it's a bit like the tortoise and the hare, isn't it? Do I want to be a hare and then, well, maybe get injured and only do 2 or 3 days, or do I want to be a tortoise and just keep on going for the whole time? Pretty steep going down here. Last night was about 1 degree, so I don't think it hit freezing, but it was 1 degree, and I was lovely and warm in the Thermarest Neo Air X Firm and Rob 700 sleeping bag. Absolutely fine. Not even one shiver at any point. Now, should I filter some water here or wait till later? I don't have any water. I think I'm going to filter some here so I've got something. There it is. Be free. Good thing with this is I can just drink it straight out. No chlorine taste. Beautiful fresh water. Just what I needed. Getting a bit dehydrated. I had no water left. So I'm going to take this with me and then just refill as I go now. Just so I'm carrying 1 litre. self-sufficiency in water. That means I can keep going on this trip. Just have energy bar for now. Can't be bothered to make porridge this morning, so I just want to get up and away. I'm walking the footpath to see how far I'll get, but there's no pressure, and I'm just going to enjoy my time out here. And it's just dictated a little bit by the weather. This morning's a beautiful day, so I just enjoy this early morning, the sound of the spring, drinking that water. It's just an idyllic little spot, isn't it? And this is just the start of the lakes. I'm not even at the lakes really, but even here it's a beautiful place. I do feel a bit like a snail because I've got my backpack on with my house in it, with my tent, with my mat, with my food. I've got everything with me, and the pace I'm going, it's more like a snail than a hare as well, or more like a tortoise, should I say. But I really don't mind. I'd rather keep going and not get injured and enjoy the journey and not fall over on the stones. They're wild horses. Came over the top there and straight up here. I was a bit nervous they were going to come for me. They all bolted over that cliff there, straight over the edge, straight down that side. I think somebody's dog chased them and it set them running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 black horses. 12 black horses. Ennerdale Bridge now. You can see it's the main valley, and then it sweeps to the right. And then Ennerdale Water, the first lake of the Lake District. I can't wait to get there. Should be half an hour and I'll be there. No full English, but I'm going to have a panini, I think. Look at this. Absolutely glorious Ennerdale Water. Fantastic, isn't it? Look at the size of it. The first lake in the Lake District from the west coast. I'm going to walk along the right hand side. There's a footpath. There's nobody here. I haven't seen anyone, and it's not like it's very early anymore. It's 11 o'clock. Even beyond 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning. There are some more challenging bits going around this lake, but there you go, you can see the end now. Oh my goodness. I'm going to take my bag off and just put it down the side. There, I've made it down in one piece, but I took my backpack off. I wouldn't go down that with like 12 kilograms on my back. Finally reached the end. It's a real marathon to get around it. Beautiful. You just have to keep plodding along. Eventually you come to the end. Leaving the lake section, now I'm going to go into the woodland all the way through. It's like a plantation woodland. It's quite long, but it's along following the river. It's going to be a few miles, I think. So I'm going to get my head down and see if I can cover some miles. It's now 2:30 in the afternoon. Feel really good. Don't have any pains, any muscle aches. I don't have any blisters. My feet are fine. I've washed my feet. So all in good shape, and that's how I'm trying to play this. Probably walk until 5 p.m. That means I've been on my feet a long time. So I'm going to do about another 4 miles, and I'm going to get to near to where the YHA is. I'm not going to stay there, but it's a beautiful spot. I've seen it before. So I'm going to get there because it's going to rain tonight. So I want to be set up and in the tent before it rains. I know what time it's going to start. As you can see, the clouds coming in, and it's on the tops of the mountains. And a bit of a breeze. So I'm going to walk for about 1 hour. I'm going to hope to set up somewhere. ready for the rain to hit. And then I think it's going to be wet tomorrow and probably Tuesday, so it's going to change now. I've been quite fortunate so far, it's been dry, but you're going to get some rain on these hikes. I think that's called Pinner. So really now heading into mountain territory. You know, it's like Scotland or Canada. It really does seem really wild out here. Black Soul Youth Hostel. What a place. It's going to rain tonight, so it's quite tempting to ask them, isn't it? Not that I would think they would have spaces. Can I find somewhere to camp around here? That is the question. They've got a toilet, that's for sure. How sad is that? I'm going to camp here. There's nobody here, I'm just going to camp here. If it's not open, why not? Nobody here. What a perfect spot. This is where I'm staying, putting the tent around the green there, but it's not that sheltered. It's more sheltered down here. I'm going to get set up right outside. If anyone comes, they have to open up the YHA, won't they? If it got really bad and it was really stormy, which I'm not expecting, just heavy rain, I'm not expecting really strong wind, because it would whiz up this valley. I would hide in the back. At the back there's like a lower area. I could get in there and put a tarp over. Right here, a little bit windy, but there's no other option. And they haven't locked the toilet, so I even left a Calma bar for somebody. So I've got a toilet, I've got to worry about that. It's absolutely perfect as long as no one comes back. But what can I do? Is a storm coming? It's the only place I can go. I'm just going to camp on the green right in front here. What a place to camp. I'm going to put the door facing that way because the wind is coming through the valley, blowing up that way. So I'm going to get the tent up and then see what happens. This has got to be a first, hasn't it? It's a stealth camp at the Youth Hostel Association. Look at that. I think the tent looks fantastic, don't you? That shape, the tippy tent. So I faced it into the wind because the wind's going to go right through this valley, right up there. That's where I'm going tomorrow. Look at that. My goodness. What a place. Now this, I know I said it last night, but this is the best place I've ever camped. And I'll probably say that every night. There's no doubt, is there? There you go. Get a bit of a balloon effect. We'll see what happens in the wind. It's rock hard, so it's difficult to get the pegs in, but I've got them in as far as I can get them in. They're pretty tight. And then I've got a contingency plan if it gets too bad. It's not a bad view, is it? Watching the clouds come in from the tent. This is the view I've got. What a campsite. What a camp spot. It's going to be interesting tonight. The rain's starting to come already. I'm so glad I'm inside. It's going to be a fun night, I think. And then it's going to be rainy next 2 days, so you never know what you're going to get. Well, you're guaranteed to get some weather like that, like this, in the Lake District. So I'm going to be confined to the tent, I think, now. It's only a one skin, so put some more stones around this edge, stop this coming up. So you can see the storm coming in. I'm going to find some rocks just to dig out these corners. So this is probably going to be my stormiest camp so far. I'm sure this tent's up to it, but I have to wait and see. This is going to be exciting. It's going to be like Bushman and Blue, but hopefully not that dramatic. I've just left this side open with mesh. I can always zip it up later, but I'm just, how can I close the door and just look at the inside of a tent when I've got a view like this and I can watch the rain coming in. We'll see how this tent does in this weather then, shall we?